Good day to you, students, prospective students. This is Jide Onichas, the corrective professional use of English lecturer. Since we have a program we are running online, that is BA and MA degree course in English. And the area of specialization is corrective professional use of English. We are on the first part, that's the BA, Bachelor of Arts degree. So last time we were on syllable. I treated syllable structure. But now, today, we are taking on stress. Stress, we have two types of stress. We have the primary stress and the secondary stress. So we are concentrating on the primary stress today. The primary stress is the force that is going to talk of stress. That's a force that is put on syllable, on a syllable. Last time we discussed syllable, that is the smallest unit of speech sound, occupying only one breath space. So in a word containing several syllables, like 4 or 5, not all the syllables might produce with stress, with force. So that is why English language is a stress-timed language. The timing for the production of sounds in English will be determined by the number of stressed syllables. Those syllables that are not stressed, they don't take much time for us. No time is spent on this. So, but in several languages, for example, of African languages, majority, they are syllable-timed languages. Like Yoruba language, that's my own language, indigenous language. Yoruba is a syllable-timed language. That is, every syllable is stressed. Every syllable is pronounced with force. A typical Yoruba man will say, teacher, teacher. That is bringing in the role of stress, that is syllabification, into English from Yoruba. Every syllable, each syllable is stressed in Yoruba language. Whereas the speaker of English will say teacher, teacher. So it is a T that is stressed. The ER at the end is not stressed. Therefore, it is sure that will be used to replace it. Sure is the shapeless parasitic vowel sound. It's like 6 tone the other way around. So Yoruba, each syllable is stressed, but English, no. So primary stress is so, should I say, it is permanent. It's a permanent thing. The stress, any particular syllable that carries a stress in a word remains like that. So it doesn't change. The stress placement doesn't change depending on the word, that is involved. So it is such an interesting thing to know that primary stress, you see, doesn't change the meaning. No attitudinal changes when you apply the stress. Then you place stress on words. That is primary stress. The syllable that carries the stress remains like that for life. It doesn't change. There's no way. You see a word like success. Success. In success, it is the last part that is stressed. The first part is down. Nowhere again you will see success stressed differently. Where you hear somebody say success, it is wrong. It can't be success. So it is a permanent, regular thing. Once a particular syllable is stressed in a word, it remains like that. It's permanent. So we have this. Stress doesn't change the meaning, but we can have a stress on a particular syllable. in a noun, if a word is a noun, for example, we are going to handle that. You see a word that is a noun, the stress, example, we talk of export. Export is a noun. The X carries the stress. But when the stress is on the second part, second syllable, port, the noun now changes to verb. It's no more a noun. So we can have export. If you say export, that X that is stressed, when it's no more stressed, the H becomes E. Export. That's now a verb. The port carries the stress there. So don't worry, everything is like that. Just as we move on, you understand. So success, not success. Then we have this word morale. That's morale, the kind of spirit of determination. You can boost somebody's morale, not morale, not moral. It is morale, morale, long R, morale. Then we have moral, moral, moral. That's adjective, that is of good behavior, that is acceptable. Then we can also have moral, that is a noun, moral. That's the lesson you learn from a story, the lesson that is taught in a story, moral lesson. Then we have a word, madam, the word madam. It's not madame. Madame is French. The last part of French words are stressed. The last parts are stressed, produced with force. But in English, it's the reverse. The last part goes down. It's down, it's unstressed. So we have madam. But it's not always the case. There are some words that in English that have the last part stressed. But as a rule, in general, the last parts of English words are down, are unstressed. So we have madam, madam, madam. It is ma that is stressed. But in French, it is the last part. Madame, dame. French words stress the last parts. The last parts are stressed. Madame, français, anglais, voyou, tableau, professeur. But in English, it's the reverse. The last part comes down. Teacher, table, English, madam, madam. That's fine. Then we have a word, morass. That's morass. 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 Morass, kind of a swampy ground. Morass. So, is it morass or morass? That should be morass. It's morass. It is the ass that is stressed. So, morass. 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 The last part is stressed. That's swampy grounds, swamp. Then we have this word, expertise. 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 It is a tease that is stressed. That's the skill acquired in any particular profession. Expertise. Tease, not expertise. Expertise. We have that. Then these words they look alike, but we have to try to show the difference. The only one that has different stress placement is desert. Desert, that's dry land, arid land. Desert, D-E-S-E-R-T, desert, that's dry land. The other variance is the reverse, stress placement. So we have desert, desert, D-E-S-E-R-T, desert. In this case, is the last part that is stressed, unlike desert, that is the arid land. Desert, that's to abandon somebody when that's in a difficult time, to abandon, to desert. Then we have another desert, the same spelling, but in most cases, we add S, it might be plural. Deserts, that's what somebody deserves, what you deserve. So these are your deserts. Desert is still desert that is stressed. You have another desert, a different spelling, slightly different spelling. That's D-double-S-E-R-T, desert. It's still the same pronunciation and the same stress. Desert, desert. That's the cause of fruits or drinks taken after meal, after eating. We have some fruits or wine or so given that taken after meal. We call this dessert. Dessert. So that's fine. So we can continue moving. So we have, as I said the other time, in English, when a word is the same form for both noun and verb, nothing changes in the noun and the verb, the same. So in this case, the stress placement may vary. We can vary the stress placement in order to actually show the difference. We can have a word as we have export and export. The same spelling, but one is a noun while the other is a verb. You have export, that's a noun. Export, that's a verb. Import, what is imported into a country. Import, that's a noun. Import, to bring in, that's a verb. You have exploit, that's a noun. X is the stressed syllable. The verb, exploit. Don't forget, I said it, the X, A, for the stressed EX. But when it's no more stressed, it becomes X. It's like experience, not experience. In experience, it is P that is stressed. Therefore, the EX should not pronounce as X, it is X, experience. So we have exploit, that's the noun. Exploit is the same spelling, but the EX is not stressed. Exploit. So we have that. Then we have advise and advise. It's not advice. We have advise since there are different spellings. The verb is different from the noun in spellings. Therefore, the same stress should be placed on them. We have advise, that's S, advise, that's the verb. The noun is advice, that's CE. It's the same stress, not advice. It's not advice, it's advise, that's the verb. Advice, that's the noun. So that's fine. We have that. Then the same thing, we have respond, to answer. That's a verb. Respond. Pound is stressed. Respond. But when we have the noun, that's REPONSE. They are different noun spellings, so there's no way we can confuse them. So the same stress is placed. The same stress placement applies here. Since these two words are different in spellings, we can't confuse them. So we now still play the same, the stress will be placed the same way. So we have respond, that's the verb. Response, that's the noun. Not response, it's wrong. You don't say response. Respond to answer. That's my response to you, to your question. My response, not response. Please, response is stressed. You have that. Then there's this word that people mispronounce. They mistress. It's not good. I don't like it. That's the word people say impatience. It's not impatience. It's impatience. It is the pay. It's the pay that is stressed. Impatience, not impatience. Indifferent, not indifferent. Indifferent. Impatience. Impatient. We have all this. Then we have this, when we talk of forgo, to do without, to forgo. Then we have forgone conclusion. But when it is the FOREGOING, foregoing, not foregoing, foregoing. That is, as mentioned earlier. In view of the foregoing discussion, foregoing topic, foregoing, not foregoing, it's foregoing. For is stressed. We have differ. That's the verb of difference. To differ. D is stressed. But we have defer. Defer. It is fer that is, that's D-E-F-E-R. It is the fer that is stressed. Defer is polysemous. That is, it has two different meanings. The first, defer, that is, that's to postpone. When you postpone something, you defer it. And the noun of that defer is deferment. Deferment, postponement. Another meaning, another defer is to defer to. When you defer to, you don't do something because of the respect. Something you are supposed to do, you restrain from doing it because maybe out of respect or love. You can defer to somebody, by staying at home. You defer, and that is, you don't, out of respect or something else, you don't do what ordinarily you should have done. Defer to. So the noun of that is deference. Deference, that's deference. Deference. Then we have normalize. It's not normalize. We have normal. Normal. That is standard form. Normal. So we have the verb normalize, not normalize. Normalize. It is not that is stressed. Normalize. Normalize. Then we have discourse. Discourse. D-I-S-C-U-S-S. Discourse. It is cause that is stressed. But we have another one that is close to that. That's discourse. Discourse. D-I-S-C-O-U-R-S-E. Discourse. This is kind of a speech or writing, on very serious topic or subject. Discourse. But you can have it also as a verb. That is, the strike we have to change. In discourse, discourse, D-I-S-C-O-U-R-S-E, it is this that is stressed. But if we now use it as a verb, it becomes discourse. Discourse upon something, upon a subject. So we have that. Then we have medicate, to fill with medicine. Medicate, not medicate. Medicate, it is med that is stressed. We have this word from French. People stress it as elite. It's not elite. It's elite. E-L-I-T-E. It's elite. Elite. So the high class, the eyebrows, the important people in society. Then we have August. 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 A-U-G-U-S-T. If it is capital A, letter A, that's the month, the 8th month of the year, the month of August. August. But there's another A-U-G-U-S-T. That one means important. Talk of that is not pronounced August. That is August. August. It is Gust that is stressed. Whereas that of the month, 8th month of the year, it is all the first part that is stressed. But in the other one with small letter A at the beginning, that's August, like August visitor, important visitor. It's August that is stressed. August, August. Then this word, people mistress, they say it's dilemma. It's not dilemma. It's not dilemma. Neither dilemma nor dilemma. It is dilemma. Dilemma. It is the le that is stressed. It is stressed. The stress syllable there is le. Dilemma or dilemma. Dilemma or dilemma. Le, not dilemma. The di is not stressed. Then we have mirage. Mirage is from French. Something like illusion. Something that is not clearly seen, that maybe you mistake, maybe because of maybe there is a mist or something like that. When there is mist, fog, and you can't see clearly, you can mistake a human being for a goat. That's mirage, something like that. So that's mirage. It is the last part that is stressed. We have diverse and diverse. Diverse, diverse, that's different. Diverse, diverse. That one is in an E. Diverse, it is diverse. The last part that is stressed. Diverse people, diverse, diverse languages, diverse. Then we have diverse, divers, diverse, diverse. That's many different, many different. Diverse, it is the die that is stressed in this case. Then we have entrance, that's a noun. That is passage of coming in. That is coming in or going in. That's entrance. Then if it is a verb, we have entrance. Don't forget, the entrance, N is stressed in the noun. Entrance, entry. But when it's a verb, the en is no more stressed. Then the n becomes in. That is, it sounds in. It's still en, but it's no more stressed. In trance, in trance, in trance. So that's to fill with delight when you are excited. You are entranced, entranced. It is the trance that is stressed as a verb. And we have forearm and forearm. Forearm, that's a verb. Forearm, that is to be prepared beforehand. Forearm. People say to be forearmed is to be forewarned. No, the normal thing is forearmed is forewarned. Forearmed is forewarned. So then we have the noun. That's forearm. Forearm is the fore that is stressed in this case. That's the lower hand, between the hand and the elbow. That's the forearm. But the verb, forearm, is the arm that is stressed. But in the noun, forearm is the fore that is stressed. We have that. Then we have forbear and forbear. Forbear, that is when you are able to tolerate, to do certain things, that ordinarily you should have done. You have tried to be good. To forbear. That is to be stoical. That is you try to cope. That's forbear, forbearance. It is the bear that is stressed. But we have forbear, forbear, F-O-R-E-B-A-R. That's ancestor, those who have gone before us. That's forbear, F-O-R-E. That's the one that is stressed. That's the step that is stressed. Forbear. And we have the word I-D-Y-L-L. I-D-Y-L-L. That is idle, idle, idle. That Y is pronounced, is a schwa. It's not stressed. It's the I that is stressed. So the Y in the idle is schwa. It's like idle, I-D-L-E. There's also schwa at the end there, the last part. So idle, that is something that's nature itself. Nature, simplicity of nature. We talk, that's idle. So we can talk of idyllic or idyllic scene. Scene that is natural. Then we have ideal. Ideal, I-D-E-A-L. Ideal, that is perfect, model. Ideal, ideal, ideal. It is the deal that is stressed. Deal. That's good. So we have incense. Incense. That's perfume. Perfume, perfume for used by people, to give out fine scent. Fine scent. That's perfume. But if you add perfume to something, you perfume it. In perfume, the incense, it is the in that is stressed. That's it now. Incense. That's perfume. It is the pearl that is stressed. Pearl. But if you now use it as a verb, it becomes perfume. Perfume. To add perfume to something, that's perfume. Then incense, that's the perfume. But there's another incense, that one is a verb. Incense. Incense. This one is the scent that is stressed, that's the verb. To make annoyed, to make angry. To make angry. Then we have this word. In fact, I made the mistake when I was teaching at Christian College, Lagos. Christian, I think that's Idimu in Lagos, Nigeria. I was teaching the students for GC then, for the certificate exam. So I used the word comparable. The students called me to order. They said, no, that word is not, it was strongly stressed by me, that it is not comparable, it is comparable. Comparable. Immediately I asked them to bring out the dictionary, we checked, and I said they should clap for the student who corrected me. See, the word is comparable, not comparable. Comparable. The last part, the last three syllables are sure. So it's comparable, not comparable, comparable. It's the com that is stressed. It's the com that is stressed. So we have annex and annex. Annex, that is a noun. The annex that is a noun ends in E. E, the A-N-N-E-X-E. That's a noun. And it is annex. Annex. I is stressed. But the verb ends in X, no E at the end. That's annex, to unite, to add, to bind, to join. So we have that. Then we have this word that is well pronounced by the illiterate drivers around. Whereas, mistakenly, they got the correct pronunciation. That's vehicle. It's pronounced vehicle. But the so-called illiterate ones, you say vehicle, which is wrong. It's vehicle. Vehicle is the H-I, that is stressed, but the H is silent. So we have vehicle, not vehicle, vehicle. That's fine. Then we have this critique and critic. A critic is somebody who appraises works of art or people's behavior and the rest, and tries to condemn or to approve or to recommend. That's a critic. He will criticize. Then we have critique. That critic, C-R-I-T-I-C. That's a noun, a personal noun. But we have critique. It's an abstract noun. Not really abstract. It can also be concrete because it's the work done to criticize another work. That's critique. C-R-I-T-I-Q-U-E. This one is critique. It is the tick that is stressed. Critique. That's it. Then we have lessee and payee. Lessee is somebody that something that maybe property is given out to on a lease. So that's lessee. Then we have payee, somebody that is paid, money. Payee, it is the last part that is stressed. So we have this for stress, primary stress. So next session will be on secondary stress. So please, if you are not registered online, try and do this. You are referred to JC Training Concept on Facebook. That's a group, our group on Facebook. You go there, you see many things you need to know about this particular program. JC Training Concepts on Facebook. So everything is going on well. People are registering online. You don't need to pay for registration online. Just you need to do, all you need to do is to share this video, subscribe to this channel, and all will be well. You are welcome.